Hello everyone, this is Darker Joe, and today I'll be doing my talk. This video will be about talking about, Festive Eda. I'll talk about Artifact, and I'll talk about Ilynav in this one. The next video I'll do will be about Frida. So I'm not gonna talk a lot about Eda because she's already out. In fact, she's been out for like almost a week, I think now, or maybe about to be a week. So anyone who really wants to see, they'll probably rather go to a video that actually is using her, because I haven't used her. I just pulled her recently. So, but based on my impressions of the few of them that I fought, she still seems like a pretty solid unit. Definitely not like a bad unit. I've seen some people doing like damage builds, which you could work with that, but honestly, a lot of times I think they def broke their team. So at that point, you can literally clique with anyone in the game if you def break the enemy team and attack buff them. So it's kind of hard to say like, oh, she can cleave because as long as you def break them with another unit beforehand. But honestly, I think she'd be pretty strong into like if someone early picks Albedo, guaranteed counters like that. You can like have someone fast that crits, then proc Albedo, and then Albedo will remove her from stealth, and then you can guaranteed S3 into her passive. Her debuffs are pretty good too. Like obviously, silence is huge. I could actually use her for a combo with Euphine, Earth Euphine, since she pushes up by, she pushes up when you hit someone with a silence. So I probably should build my Eda at some point. Yeah, I should probably build Eda and use her with Euphine and see how it goes. But I think she's a solid unit. Like I said, I don't want to talk too much into her because she's already out. You just go to the people who are actually playing her, and then you can see her showcase. I want to more talk about people who are coming still. So her artifact is actually pretty solid, though. Increases effectiveness by 30%, and then 70% chance to inflict a random debuff. And debuffs are very, very good. Decreased speed's pretty strong. Stun is very good. Unhealable is pretty much the one that's kind of like but it can have good uses too, obviously. And then Venom is like really, really good, especially if you're facing a lot of tank down players. But like this is a really, really good artifact. Obviously it's good on Eda herself, but like you could definitely use this on a lot of other people, like Fire Armenta. You can use it on Silverblade Armenta as well, because I think it just has to be on their turn, right? Yeah, just their turn. So anyone who AoEs a lot would like this. So Dizzy will be really, really strong with this as well. So if you're using a Crown, well, I guess if you're using Crown Dizzy, you're probably on counter set, which won't work on with this artifact. But like I'm running a ER Dizzy, so I wouldn't really be able to use this on her. Salutaria is pretty good with it too, because Salutaria's S2 will proc with this, or Salutaria's extra hit that hits AoE will proc with this. So I'm using a Crown Salutaria though, so I do want to get a few of these artifacts up. I already pulled one. No, I bought one from the shop. I never pulled one from summons. So maybe eventually I'll bottle it up. But I guess even at plus 15, it's not the worst, because it still gives you a 52% chance to debuff and still gives you some effectiveness. So I still think this is better than Crown on Salutaria. Even at plus 15. My Crown's only plus 15, I think, too. So, but yeah, there's some pretty good units you can use this on. Like Broman is a good one. Like if you go here real quick, and I go to just mages. Anyone who has a lot of AOE that you might want to use. Maybe not Politis, because half her AOE is a non-tax not on her turn. So, like I said, Dizzy, even Blue Eda, you kind of want. You definitely want book on her. But like I said, Fire Armenta, even Ball Suzanne could work okay with it. Tenebria, maybe not Fairy Tale Tenebria. There's a lot of mages you can use on this. Like I said, Solitaria, maybe Record Marana, but Broman. Carrot actually probably won't be terrible with it, maybe, since she does come with strips on her S3. But like, yeah, there's a lot of units. There's some good units you can use for it, so it's definitely a good artifact. Here's the one I really want to talk about, which is why I kind of sped through that one a little bit. So This one, some people are saying it's going to be like the most broken thing in the game. Honestly, she definitely is going to be a very, very strong unit. And I brought the damage calculator out because I want to showcase exactly how strong of a unit that she's going to be, because she is added to there now. So you could penetration resistance. You can see just how little your damage is going to be with Ilynav there. So I'll talk about her real quick, obviously. All right, so attacks the enemy with a sword, absorbing some of the damage, blah blah. So she has so her S1 gives her lifesteal, and she deflects injuries. Yeah, just lifesteal and injuries. And then if you soul burn it, it does more damage, and then it deals extra damage equivalent to 50% of their injury. So it's like, people are saying it's like Fire Ilynav, or is it like and Death Ray have the same thing, I believe. So modifiers over here are not she's not the worst on it too, like 10% health scaling for her, that, and then you soul burn to 17%. So it's a pretty strong attack. Then obviously her S2, the thing when people are saying she's broken for, penetration resistance of all allies by 30%, and she pushes up 10% every time an ally is hit, which includes her, because I believe we saw that through the showcase where you attack her, she pushed herself up. So if you get hit by an AoE, because it says the way it is that after every attack suffered. So basically, if they AoE, you get pushed up 40% CR, which is why like you could get away with making her base speed, which is what I'm gonna do on mine, because I started getting some gear together for her, and I gave it to Fallen Cecilia, but I was like, they're not the same stat line. No one has her stat line, so. But I was like, I'm not using Fallen Cecilia, and it's another 15 crit rate unit. So, because I'm gonna try crit Ilynav to see how it goes. If I don't like it, I'll probably give that to someone else that I might like, and that's hard. I'll probably just give her like just a general, high health, super tanky knight stuff. Maybe even give her like protection set or something like that too, because I could definitely see her being good on protection set plus Arius and just being your mitigation knight, because being the ultimate mitigation. I didn't want to do that though, because then you're relying solely on her as your protection, and then chances are they're probably just going to ban Ilynav, post-ban it, unless you ban protect it. But I mean, when she first comes out, everyone's going to first pick her because they want to test her. And for anyone who doesn't know, Ilynav and Frida are not going to be available for the rest of this season, because there's less than 2 weeks left of the season, and anyone that's been released within the last 2 weeks of a season is automatically global banned. So you cannot play Ilynav or Frida until the preseason. Obviously, you can still use them in arena, normal arena, and Guild Wars. So definitely worth pulling and building the cookies you can if you want to test that out. But so you don't have to worry about fighting it yet. At least in like I said, at least in RTA you don't have to fight it. But you obviously can still do mock battles and testing this too. Yeah. So attacks the enemy with the S3, inflicts injuries, and then dispels 2 debuffs from all allies, and then grants a nominal to everyone for 2 turns, and then damage dealt, blah blah blah. HP scaling, and HP scaling is 18%. So technically, the Soulburn S1 is barely weaker than the actual S3, which is kind of nice. But so Dominal is what is the buff that I guess Fire Corvus also gave it. It was the first person to have it, but I know Peacemaker Furious has it, so. Gives everyone defense and effect resistance. Is pretty nice, especially if you're running on an ER team. I could definitely see you building in the ER Ilynav as well, actually. Especially if you go like a not fast, but like a 200 speed Ilynav with bulk and ER, and then you get pushed up and you use Indomitable, and you give yourself a Dominal, so you're extra 30% ER on top of it. So yeah. Let me just show you an example of just how strong it is. So everyone knows, I gotta remember not to press certain buttons because I don't want to actually press the hotkey to stop the recording. So everyone knows just how strong this unit is, right? Janua. So let's just say, you know what? Just to show you how crazy. Let's say someone's crazy and they have something like this. Wind Rider, 5k attack, 330 crit damage. Obviously, I don't think anyone's really going to have this unless it's like slow. And torrent set. So, but let's just say you're fighting a 1400 defense unit with Arius behind it. Okay. So this would be a Janua's attack. Let's say you immediately start off and you instantly proc Janua, or let's say they have Politis. Oh wait, yeah, if they have Politis, yeah, if they have Politis, we'll add that there too. Let's say they go Politis Janua into you, so they have Rage. So they go with the initial S1 will be 7,800, and then you'll give yourself. Let's say they soul burn it, so it'll be 7,800 for the first hit into the S3, which would have been about 24k, right? So this combo would have been 31k roughly. Just make sure I have everything right. Pen set torrent set, rage. Let's say 1400 defense. You're using like maybe like not a Laya, but like just say generally a bulky unit. Yeah, so that combo, even against a bulky unit with Arius, that combo with 31,000 damage, right? All right, let's add 30% damage resistance, penetration resistance. So the first initial hit would still do the 7,800, and then that would have did 9,437. Do you see how crazy that pen resistance really is? It went from like what, 24,000 to 9,000. So that combo now is only what, 7,900 to 17k. And if you're a 1400 defense knight, 1400 defense bruiser, you're probably close to 23, 24k HP. So that does like 2/3 of their health instead of just automatically kill it. Again, this is like overestimating the amount of damage because I don't think anyone's really going to have this stat line unless it's a slow Janua. Like 5,000 attack, 330 crit damage. I've seen some with like 300 crit damage with like 4,000, like 400, 4,500 attack, but and then they're like 220, maybe 210 speed type of thing. I think you could do that, sure, but I don't know about this stat line. So let's do it with haste. Blood Moon haste. There's no artifact. Let's just put 1,500 in here. That crit damage doesn't matter. Since everything in the game is pretty much light units at this point, we'll just assume it's a light unit. And that's okay. Let's again 1,400 defense, Arius. And let's say your health is, let's say 24k. Right, 24k. Alright, so naturally your S3 would do 8,155. Blood Aura would push it up to 16,300. Let's see, you add in that 30% pen resistance. Oh, that's 31. 30% pen resistance, and you're looking at 3,200 with the Blood Aura being 6,400. So even with Blood Aura, you're probably not killing anything if you're hitting, kind of a bruiser like this, right? If you're hitting a squishy, you'll probably still kill it because, like, we're talking, yeah, even not. Depending on what level of squishy we're talking about, right? Because that's not gonna kill anything really, but yeah. And let's see. This is also like, honestly, part of me is actually kind of excited to try out this because, like, so she might bring in some units that like aren't normally used, because you look at her, you're like, okay, well, then that means anything that could have high damage values without pen in the kit is going to be huge. Like, for example, even stuff that has really high damage, right? Like you go Remnant Violet. Remnant Violet has a lot of pen in his kit. Shepherd the Hollow. So even if you go like a really high damage though, like, again, probably really not what you're going to be fighting. Again, light unit, attack buff. They would have pen set, not torn set. So naturally, S3 would do about 22.6k, I think, right? 1,400 defense, Arius, no pen resistance. Yeah, and then you add in a 30% pen resistance, and actually, this is still pretty high damage because I think it's oh wait, does Riley not? I could have sworn Riley pen on. Didn't Riley have 50% pen? Oh yeah, okay, but it's still pretty high value though. So Riley actually isn't hurt as hard as I thought. I thought Riley was hurt a lot more than this because I thought he had 50% pen, but does he only have 20? Wait, does Riley only have 20? Wait, no, Riley has like 50, right? Oh, he doesn't have any pen. He just attack. Wait, he penetrates by 50%. I guess his mods are just that high. Okay, so I guess Riley is actually isn't gonna be as hit as hard as I thought. But you know who actually is gonna be pretty good? I think Lilibet is actually gonna be very scary now. Well, Lilibet is gonna be one of the units that like I'm gonna be using her a lot more now once and I'm gonna use my actual stats that I have on her. So I'm not overestimating her damage. No, this is the actual my damage Lilibet stats. So attack buff pen set, 1400 defense. Let's oh, you probably already saw it. Okay, Arius, and this one. So again, wait, am I missing something? Attack pen. Yeah. Okay, now. So 20,891 damage against 14 defense Arias without the pen resistance. And then the only thing that's going to, it's basically dropped my, it basically drops my pen set. So I'll still do like 18.2k on Soulburn. That's still going to basically not one shot, but I'll do a lot of damage. And if I can actually do an S2 into S3, that will one shot anything. Well, almost anything, because we're talking about 28,000 health. So if only her S2 was if only her S2 was more consistent, I would use it. But yeah, sorry, Lilibet's actually one unit that's not going to get hit that hard because the only pen you have is the 20% pen you put on her through pen set. So, because if you look at this, why I think she actually might have a chance, not chance in this meta, but like, because her 2.6 scaling. So anyone who has a crazy scaling, like, you know, like Lilibet, like Chloe. Chloe has a very high scaling. 3.0 if you Soulburn. Which I'll talk about that because I think Chloe would be really fun with Frida, but and no, you don't need Nail to do that much damage. It's 3.0 as long as you Soulburn, but you just do an additional 35% damage on top of it if they're hit by Magic Nail. So but then again, my Chloe isn't like insane damage though, not like my Lilibet, but other units that you might be able to pull off more once that won't be affected as hard, I should say, not pull off more, but like not Milim. Milim actually doesn't have amazing scale. Actually, Melissa doesn't either though. Now I think about it, they both got roughly the same, like 1.4, 1.5. Maybe not them. Oh, I know who. Acid and Akali. They both have really high scaling. 3.0 on Soulburn. A 2.0 on Soulburn, but it also has double its speed scaling. I don't think none of these units have pen in their kit besides for, you know, if you put pen set on them. So honestly, and also speaking of that, Frida is going to actually make these two kind of insane, I think, because they both. Wait, does Assassin Kali have a 20% silver? Has a 20 souls too? Oh yeah, okay. They both have like a increased soul damage dealt silver for 20 souls that go up to insane values of damage, like 3.0 a Soulburn. Giving them a free Soulburn from Frida is actually going to be insane, and I'll talk about a bit more about that when I talk about Frida, because I'll probably mention a few other units that are going to be really, really good with Frida. Outside of the usual ML Luna and Noctwol, because those two, everyone's always going to go to those two. And yeah, but I think Ilynav is actually going to be a lot of fun. The only concern I have is the fact that we all know Ilynav is going to get played with like ML Senya and Blood Moon Haste. Like she's very good at stopping those two, but we all know every one of those ML Haste and Senya users are going to use her with them, so that you can't one shot like any of those units like Galileulius. Because like right now, like you can use Galileulius, you can use Straze, you can use even a Hoyang. Well, actually, does Hoyang full pen? Yeah, Hoyang full pens. Like Hoyang, Galileulius, Straze, the three like tank busters. And like none of them will be able to one shot anything anymore. Even Walter Shuri can't one shot a squishy unit. Well, a squishy, yeah, but like maybe not even a squishy unit. I don't know. But like yeah, like all those like full pen high damage like one shotting units aren't gonna be able to do it. Like I looked at it before. I remember I saw like Astraze was gonna do like 17k I think to the highest HP unit. With Ilynav there, it's like, oh, you are just not killing anything. So because of that, injury is going to be more and more important to fight that team. But she's an injury unit herself. I just don't want to see more injury units, honestly. Then we need an actual counter to injury. But, like, yeah, I think Ilynav's going to be very, very fun. I'm actually in right now. Yeah. Alright, for example, like I said before, this is my damage a little bit, so I was using her stats that I had. How long is this recording? 21 minutes? Okay. I'll stop in a few minutes. But yeah. Who else? What was I going to show? Oh, yeah. So, like I said before, I gave Fallen Cecilia the gear I was going to give her when she comes out. Like, this is... I'm going to try a full damage counter pen Elbrus build. Like this. Honestly, I think this is really, really good gear. Like, for example, if I don't like this on Ilynav, I will... Honestly, I can just give this to Fire Ilynav now I think about it. But I'm going to give this to, Ilynav, see how it goes. If I don't like this, I'll just toss this to another, like, knight that I might use in the future. And then I may switch Ilynav to a, just a straight-up tank build. Just to survive and be annoying and give, pen resistance to everyone. I'll see how it goes. I'm not going to talk about Frida right in this video. I'm going to showcase what I probably... So I gave Ahmed the gear I was going to use for Frida. It'll be a slower Frida, like a 220, but it's going to have like 300 ER. I mean, when it's maxed out, but I'm probably going to use slates on Frida. I may just keep pulling as much as I can on her banner, and then like slate whatever else I have left. I think I have 3 slates right now. So I'll try to get Frida to triple S, and I'm probably just going to use Salt's Constellation on her. Yeah, my main one's on her. Main Salt Constellation, obviously, yeah. So we'll see how that goes. It won't be tanky, but like honestly, all you really care about is just that first turn for Frida and giving everyone a free soul burn. Not everyone, but giving you and the person in front free soul burn. But again, I'll talk about Frida in the other video. So. Like I said before, I said earlier, my Chloe isn't really a full damage Chloe. It's a speed destruction set. Yeah. Anyways, that's what I'm gonna do for this video. Definitely gonna pull for her. She comes out this Thursday. I'm probably dropping this video up today. I'm recording it on Monday. I'll probably drop this video up today, and then maybe tomorrow I'll drop the Frida video, and I might even do an account review maybe tomorrow as well. So yeah, seems to be a pretty strong unit. I'm definitely going to be pulling for her. I'll most likely do a... Oh yeah, I can actually say that real quick as well. I have 8,700 Skystones, not Skystones, 8,700 Mystics as well. So I'll definitely pull for her. I'm also going to use my 63 ML summons and 63 ML bookmarks and my 42 gold transmit stones. So let's see how that goes first. Let's see if I can pull Ilynav from that, and that way I can save my bookmarks for someone else. Anyways, yeah. So Definitely looking forward to her. I think she's gonna be very, very strong. She's probably gonna be on like everyone's defense now, I think, once she comes out. So prepare for that. Like I've said before, you can use units like Lilibet, like Chloe if you want to go for full damage one, like Acid, Akali. Any Euphine, especially if you silence. Well, no, that gives you pen. Never mind. But Euphine does have 2.0 attack scaling, so she's still pretty strong, even without that pen part. So you just look at anyone else who has like a really, really high attack modifiers, and you can just use that. Wait, actually, you know what? Wait a minute. Hold up. Doesn't she have really good modifiers without pen? She does target max health. That's not pen. 2.3 attack scaling. Oh wait, and then 4% of the enemy's max health. Hold up. I gotta text it. I gotta check this. The thing is, she has very low health though. She has very low. She has very, very low damage. I mean, base attack. I guess you probably go portrait on this one. You want as much damage as you possibly can. I want to see if you can build a very, very, very strong free spirit Tierra. Okay, so you're not gonna have that much attack. You're gonna be lucky to hit 4K attack. But let's just say 4K attack and 300 crit damage. Because honestly, that's not gonna be easy to pull off on her. Because she has very low flat attack. 957. You are not pulling no 5K. 4K, like I said, you probably could, especially because you're going to get all this, and then, does she have an EE? She does. And then this. So, like, you can hit some attack, but, like, okay. But, let's just say 4,300 crit damage. A bit more reasonable one. If you're going to use this specifically into her, you probably would want Torrent. Not Gap. Attack buff. Target's max HP. Let's say you're gonna hit 30k HP. Okay, I guess it won't. It wouldn't be crazy. Wait, that's with the pen resistance, but you don't really you don't have any pen at all. That's still not bad though. 18k off of the Silver and S3. Just make sure I don't have any extra buffs on it, right? Attack buffs, torrent set. I mean. And that's again, that's again 1400 defense on Arias with the pen resistance. I could see that being decent, but like yeah, okay. I thought maybe that would work because I remember her having really high damage scaling on top of a 4% maximum health damage on it. So I thought maybe Tierra. All right. Anyways, that was my video for that. I will see you guys next video for Frida. But basically, just to sum it up. Pull Ilynav if you can. I'll leave this one on here. Yeah, pull Ilynav if you can. She's actually she's going to be a very, very strong unit. So, yeah. I'll see you guys next video.